5 big movies that aren't Avengers: Infinity War. As a general rule, April is something of a quiet month, with maybe one big offering: Fate of the Furious, The Jungle Book, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, etc., alongside smaller stuff as Hollywood gives itself some space between the March biggies and the May summer kickoff flicks. But since most of the March stuff somewhat underwhelmed, at least domestically, and Walt Disney went and moved Avengers: Infinity War into the April 27th slot, it's going to be interesting. The entire month of April is now compressed into 3 weekends. At a glance, this means that Ready Player One should have some time to itself, even if the Avengers date change resulted in Rampage dropping on the 13th. So, without further ado, here are the 5 biggest April releases that can only hope to make in domestic total what Infinity War will, probably, earn on opening day. These will be in the order of release date. A Quiet Place, April 6th. John Krasinski's survivalist horror flick has been earning rave reviews since its SXSW debut. Will this be the buzzy hit that Paramount, Viacom Incorporated, so badly needs, or will it be another acclaimed, future classic horror movie that no one sees in theaters? The Krasinski, Emily Blunt chiller, about a family trying to survive in a world where most of humanity has been wiped out by monsters who are unusually sensitive to sound, is a bit more meat and potatoes than Mother or Annihilation, so I am cautiously optimistic that this shockingly scary bruised forearm flick will catch on accordingly. This K-Cannon-directed comedy, about 3 parents who team up to try and stop their teen daughters from losing their virginity on prom night, has also been graced by mostly positive SXSW reviews. And while I'm dropping my review early next week, I will gladly affirm the current buzz. It's a terrific, and refreshingly sex-positive, Universal, Comcast Corporation comedy that works as a parental anxiety romp and a teen girl-centric high school comedy. The cast: John Cena, Leslie Mann, Ike Barinholtz, Catherine Newton, Gideon Adlon and Geraldine Viswanathan, is aces, and we can only hope that the good luck extended to the equally winning game night, which topped $60 million domestic from a $17 million debut, extends to this one too. Up until a month ago, this Dwayne Johnson, Naomie Harris video game adaptation was the official big movie of April, set to open on April 20th. But when Infinity War moved back a week, so too did Rampage, which in turn gave Ready Player One, both of which are Warner Brothers, Time Warner Incorporated releases, less breathing room. While Johnson is coming off his biggest starring vehicle hit, and his biggest grosser period in North America, movies that play like glorified video games, Jumanji, Ready Player One, etc., tend to do better than actual based on a video game movies. Still, the notion of The Rock protecting and fighting giant animals as a giant gorilla, a flying lizard and a super-sized wolf tear apart major cities has a certain appeal even if you're not familiar with the 1980s arcade game. Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, April 13th. This will be the second time since October that Blumhouse, via Universal, Comcast Corporation, opened an original teen-targeted chiller on Friday the 13th. This Lucy Hale body count movie, about a group of young adults who get picked off after playing a cursed game of truth or dare, will attempt to further capitalize on Blumhouse's increasing popularity as a brand after last year's 1-2-3 punch of Split, Get Out and Happy Death Day. Heck, Insidious, The Last Key, which seemed like the last gasp of a dying franchise, ended up alterning its predecessors worldwide in 2 out of 3 prior installments in North America, while out-earning every other schlock horror film that opens over the first weekend of the year title ever. Let's see if they can keep their streak alive with this Final Destination-ish throwback. I Feel Pretty, April 20th. Another victim of the Avengers date change, this Amy Schumer comedy was originally slotted for April 27th, a date where a number of female-led comedies, The Other Woman, Baby Mama, etc., have had solid, leggy runs against the boy-centric biggies of the summer season. Of course, even a week earlier, the STX release plays that same role. The film will be something of a test for Schumer, in that the entire marketing campaign is centered entirely around her. The, surprisingly, PG-13 comedy, about a young woman who magically starts to view herself as less of a plain Jane and more of a stereotypical knockout in the looks department, comes courtesy of Abby Kant and Mark Silverstein, both of whom have a long resume of writing female-led romantic comedies.